Hello, my loves. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. If we're meeting for the first time, my name is Jessica Alexandria. I'm the creator and head witch behind Bahati Life Apothecary, professional astrologer, tarot, and intuitive reader. Thank you so much for vibing with me once again. I'll be working with the Mermaid Tarot this afternoon, and this is going to be Divine Feminine reading for the Aquarius full moon, or whenever it is that you are tuning in now, because these readings are timeless. If you hear any noise in the background, my dogs are hanging out with me today. We have Franklin and Nova here. They are my partners in crime. They are always by my side, and they show up for different reasons. Sometimes they're protecting, sometimes they're hanging out, sometimes they want some attention. Okay, so like I said, this reading is going to be for Divine Feminine, and specifically Divine Feminine during the full moon in Aquarius, which is going to be the 11th, which is tomorrow. I'm filming this on the 10th. So I'm going to go ahead and start off with a prayer and call in the guides and see what they have to say. Call in them for their protection. Okay, spirit guides, divine, spirit guides from the highest lights of the universe and divine. I thank you so much for this moment right here, right now. Wow, it feels really good to be here with you at this moment in time. Hi, baby. Nova says hi, guys. She's so cute. I'm working, okay? Can you sit down? Okay. The full moon is tomorrow. Spirit guides, what do you need Divine Feminine within each of us to hear, know, and understand? What are the messages for Divine Feminine energies? Give me the clarity, the discernment, the strength, the vision to be able to see and hear what you are telling me now, to share with the collective. What is the vibe? Allow me to use my gifts for good. Give me sharp accuracy. Protect me while I do my work. Give the viewer the ability to instinctively and intuitively know which message is for them during this reading. Divine Feminine. I call in Divine Feminine energy now. Speak to us through the tarot, the tool that I'm using today in order to activate my intuition. Okay, King of Pentacles is the first one to jump out, clearly. Divine Feminine. Okay, let's see what we have here. I'm just going to put this deck here. If you're wondering what deck I'm working with, it is the Mermaid Tarot, and I've linked it in my Amazon shop. I had a feeling there would be some Eight of Wands energy. I could just feel it. Wow, Ten of Swords, Tower card, and Six of Pentacles. Spirit, talk to me about these cards. I'm getting a general gist, but I want you to really talk to me and tell me what you're seeing, feeling. For Divine Feminine. I'm hearing you have a hold on me. You have a hold on me. Spirit, talk to me about that. You really got a hold on me. Like, there's this song that's coming through about you have a hold on me. You really have a hold on me. Is this Divine Feminine moving on from something that has a hold on them, or does someone have a hold on Divine Feminine? Someone has a hold on Divine Feminine, or something has a hold on Divine Feminine. At the time of the full moon in Aquarius, guys, I see you guys doing some cord cutting. There's a big emphasis on cord cutting the cord, letting this one go. I heard like letting it out to sea, letting it go out into the ocean. I don't feel like, I just heard setting something adrift. Something that was drifting, letting it drift, like letting it drift away. Letting it drift away, the World card. Giving it back, returning it back to sender, letting it go wherever you're going to go. Like wherever, it's just like... Someone, you guys, honestly, look at the symbolism of the seal, because I was looking at the World card and I saw an image in my third eye of a seal kind of dipping into the ocean and swimming off. And then I looked down and I saw the seal. So please look into the symbolism of the seal. And if you guys can you comment it down below in the comments, the animal symbolism, the animal totem of the seal. Something that had a hold on you, it's like... I'm hearing someone say, nope, like you're not allowing something, someone is really trying to have a hold on divine feminine. Nova, what are you doing? Sit down. Come here, sit. Down. Something that is trying, it's like something is trying to force you to have a hold on it because it has a hold on you, and you're just like, no. That's very, very specific. It's like somebody wants you to want them, or something wants you to want it, and you have decided, I'm letting this go. I'm setting this adrift. I'm setting this aside. I'm going to allow the universe, I'm going to allow the waves, the energies to pull this where it belongs, because you're deciding, like, I don't want to contribute to this. I don't want to invest in this. My energy is not even focused on you. Like, there's this divine feminine has her attention elsewhere. She's not trying to get distracted by down. She's not interested in getting down. She's not interested in getting distracted by anything right now. If you guys hear me talking to my dog, it's because I'm talking to my dog. Yep, Three of Swords. Three of Swords just jumped out. I feel like this is divine feminine who has mourned enough over a situation, and she just realizes the World card, Ten of Swords. I just am moving on. I'm hearing the words erratic departure. So it's something where you just kind of, the light bulb clicks on within your head, or the spell is broken, or the curse has been cut, the cord has been cut, and you have decided clearly to lay this to rest, and you're ready to move forward into the next phase, the next stage within your journey. You've leveled up. And for that reason, I feel like whatever this thing is, Six of Pentacles, really wants you to continue to contribute your energy into it. And you have already decided, no, like I have zero interest in entertaining this any further. I don't necessarily feel like you have, this is you saying this to this thing, like you're saying, I don't feel like you necessarily have anything to contribute to me or this circumstance, and I have my eyes set on something else, so I am going to be moving forward. You have enough clarity, or you have gained enough clarity and insight in order to know that, it's like this thing or this person wants you to want it the way that you did, and you just don't. More like, long story short. And it's very, at the time of the full moon, divine feminine, you've moved on. You've already moved on. You take steps back. I don't even get a sense of really crying about this or being emotional. It's just, you're like, it served its time. It served its purpose. There's something about you that is not, Four of Swords, Three of Swords. You've really let it to rest with peace. There's nothing about you that is struggling with this revelation. Or if you are struggling with it, or if you're emotional about it, you understand where the emotion is coming from. So you realize that this too shall pass, but either way, you're moving forward. I love that for you, divine feminine. Look, Death card and the Page of Wands. It's like, legit, you have new enthusiasm and new life with this next venture, with this next chapter within your life. Divine feminine, you have completely laid something to rest here. And whatever it was, it hasn't completely let go of you. It doesn't want you to let go of it. It can sense and feel and know and see. It's watching. It's observing. It knows clear as day that this person, divine feminine, she's leveled up. She's carrying on. She's carrying forward. It's an intuitive feeling that they are feeling. Like, it's their intuition is talking to them and telling them, but at the same time, they don't want to accept it. They don't want to accept it. Divine Feminine, if this is you, make sure that you are not blocking yourself from moving forward from certain things that you know intuitively and instinctively it's time for you. It has been time for you. At the time of the full moon, this is going to be your last hurrah in this situation, because you just know. You just know. Like, you just know. Yep, guys, you see me. This is Fool card. This is you guys starting off the new venture, the next stage, the next wave. Completely letting go of the burdens of the past, completely letting go of the baggage of the past. And you're just like, and so we move on. This is the facts of life. Everything is good. There's this feeling of, I'm in good hands. This next venture, this next wave, this next journey, this next step is divinely timed. It's appointed over my life. We are moving on. Me, myself, and I, like, we are moving on. There's this sense of, like, fearless completion where you have laid something to rest. It's really giving me cycle, and like a cycle has ended. The karmic cycle has ended and been broken. Interesting. I was just wondering too, and Spirit just confirmed it. So it's this feeling of investing in things and showing up as the stronger contributing force or contributing factor into a situation that is weak. It's like this cycle of showing up in ways that, I don't want to say that it can't show up for you, because maybe it has, but it's like things that really drain your energy and drain your resources and really have been holding you back. You have started to realize and acknowledge that you have always had the ability to be strong and to show up, but emotionally, it's hard for you sometimes to cut your feelings off and move from a logical and intuitive space, because your emotions are pulling you into something that, like a repetitive pattern that and ultimately ends up draining not only your energy but also your resources. This thing can show up in a multitude of different ways. It could be relationships, it could be business ventures, it could be how you take care of yourself. I'm hearing, I don't know why I'm seeing like lungs going in and going out. So someone is, as they're breathing, or maybe there's certain things that you had to breathe through in order to gain control of your emotions so that you can show up in a way that is empowered. It's so interesting that the Queen of Wands is here upright and King of Cups is here reversed, because it's showing your ability to show up and to provide and to be magnetic and to have all this potential, but emotionally be entrapped by things that ultimately end up draining you. So as long as you are focused and like you are able to see something for what it is. I just heard, see when someone or something is going to take you for granted, you just stop showing up in those ways and you don't feel like you have to prove yourself. There's a reason why something wants you so bad. It's because, you're the light. Like, you're the bringer of light. You're the bringer of energy. You're not only full of potential, but you maximize that potential. It's one thing to have potential, and it's the next thing to work with that potential and create something of it. So, of course, people are going to want to see you, vibe with you, invest in you. But, Three of Cups. It challenges your who and what you allow to partake and to contribute to I just heard plethora. So like the plethora of your abundance. Are they taking away from your abundance? Are they adding value to your abundance? Like, what is up? And this is not just physical things, you guys, because right now we're in a time in history where everyone's leveling up as far as what is really, truly important for me. What is truly something that's important of a value to me. And it's not just monetary reward anymore. Page of Swords. You start really starting to look for and see things that you haven't seen before. Things like you're starting to ask questions that you've never asked, because now all of a sudden your value has shifted. Your perspective has shifted. Page of Wands, Queen of Pentacles. So this is where you put your energy and you invest your time and your energy into. You're starting to ask certain questions, or if you're not, it's time to. Yep, Fool card just jumped out again. So there's a new venture. There's, wow, this wanted to jump out. Yep, there's a new venture, Eight of Pentacles, especially when it comes to work, when it comes to building together. I just heard group think. So it's how the group is working and thinking together, how they're building together, the bonds that they're building together. If this is not a group that you're working with right now, that's like everybody's showing up and contributing, then this is what you're going to be setting intention for, is for a collective team. Let's say this doesn't necessarily have to be work. This could be the team, the right team around you that helps you to be healthy. So maybe you have a fitness group that you go to. Let's say you have a nutritionist that you go to. Let's say you have the doctors who check in on your body. Then you have your acupuncturist that does your acupuncture, all to contribute to your greater healing, right? So it's you having this team around you where everyone is contributing to the Queen of Pentacles. And the Queen of Pentacles is you, Divine Feminine. So what resources are you employing in order to make sure that your goals are being made and met? This is not just a female, a Divine Feminine. This is also masculine energy, or a masculine person, a male, saying, okay, this is where I need to ask for help. This is who I need to hire, and actually utilizing those resources instead of saying, oh, I can do this by myself. Many hands, I just heard many hands make light work. So the more it's like, yeah, maybe you have the potential to do it, but don't fall in those old ways and that old thought, that old way of thinking, saying, oh, I have to do everything. Because honestly, you have nothing to prove to anyone. The end goal is to get to your goal, whatever your goal is. Yeah, Four of Pentacles, let go of that. Let go of that way of thinking. What are they holding on to? Or what is holding on to them? Interesting. Knight of Pentacles, Five of Swords reverse. One more. I just feel like there's one missing here. I just keep hearing, you really have a hold on me. You really have a hold on me. King of Pentacles. Whatever, bro. Okay. Five of Swords reversed and Knight of Pentacles reversed. King of Pentacles upright. So this is energy that has not in the past or may not currently be showing up as its best self. Again, the potential to be, I just heard the potential to be great has been poisoned. So this is someone who has the potential, but are they necessarily showing up as their best self? I don't think so. I don't get that. Something is, I'm just hearing my sister, my sister has this way of saying things sometimes. It's like they're pissing it away. This is not the first time I've heard that. I just heard adventure. I don't know why. They might be focusing on, I don't know. They might be focusing on adventure or the thrill of things or the thrill of the chase. Or maybe this is you. But it ends up ultimately hurting King of Pentacles in the end. You really have a hold on me. Why does that keep coming through? It's like someone who wants something, Page of Cups. Exactly. Someone who wants something and wants to put an offer out, but they don't do it. It's someone who might be fear of success, or they want something. Yeah, Six of Pentacles reverse is at the base of this reading. They want something, but for whatever reason, they have a fear in actually giving to it, and like it ends up hurting them. It's like damned if you do, damned if you don't. That's a you problem. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's just okay. Like, and what? Like, you want, I don't mean to be so callous sometimes, but exactly. Page of Cups, Five of Cups, that's a you problem. Like, that's something you have to deal with. Not you, but King of Pentacles, whoever this is. It's like you have to deal with the mourning of that. You have to deal with the loss. If you lose it because you're not showing up, that's your problem. I'm sorry. I don't have a high tolerance for this, and it's irritating me just even looking at this. But I just want to like advocate for you. Hi, baby. Hi, honey. Can you please go sit down? She's like, can I have a snack? Okay, let's move on to the next chapter. And speaking of moving on, we have Six of Swords and the High Priestess reversed. If your intuition is telling you, I just heard, do not ignore your intuition. If your intuition is telling you that it's time to mentally just move forward and your emotions will follow. It's like a current. If the current is moving and pulling one way, it pulls everything behind it. If you mentally decide to move forward, it pulls everything else behind it, from your emotions to anything else that's dragging behind you. Four of Pentacles, Five of Cups. There's something that wants to hold on to you, or you're wanting to hold on to something. And it's just like, it's funny that I said that, because at the start of this reading, I said cord cutting. Yep, Judgment. Doing a cord cutting ritual, or setting the intention to cut the cord between you and something that has been holding you back, is ultimately going to free it up, especially with the Fool card that kept jumping out. It's going to free it up so that it can heal itself, do better, and maybe potentially show up again in a different way. Nova, now's not a good time for that. Sorry guys, I'm trying to train her to be more patient with me while I'm doing readings. You have to sit. She's a puppy and she's still feeling like the center of attention. She likes to have the center of attention all the time. Some of you guys are feeling like trapped in, if I let this thing go, then it's going to leave me forever. It's going to never show up, or this is going to be the last thing. And that's, I just heard Last of the Mohicans. I don't know why that, but that's not the case. In fact, doing cord cutting, especially if your mind and your body and your soul and your spirit is in the right place, your heart is in a good place, it actually ends up healing all parties involved, because it gives them the space. It cuts the energy so that they can then focus on themselves, so that there can be more room for spirit to come through and heal the situation, heal them individually, so that if you guys are meant to come together, you will. And if you don't come together, you can trust and be rest assured that it wasn't meant to be. And like, why would you want to fight and force something that wasn't meant to be, especially when you involve magic in it, especially when you involve the divine within it? Because that's how you know it's not for your highest and greatest good. And if you can't accept that and acknowledge that and trust that, then you have to really question your own motives for wanting to force something into play. And then if that's the case, you have to work on the cord, cut the cord to that addiction. Yep, Tower card. Tower card keeps wanting to show up. Yep, Queen of Cups. I keep seeing her, but now she's finally showing up. High Priestess. I'm sorry. Hierophant and the Nine of Swords. Some of you guys, yeah, you're laying to rest some not addictions, but like old habits. This could be bled into you from the maternal side. Some of you guys feel like you have to prove your value. Many of you have come from nothing. So there's a need to feel like you have to overcompensate. Reassure, like you feel like you may have to reassure someone or something. But something about that act itself kind of stops you from being able to be, yep, Hangman. It hangs you up because you're spending so much time trying to reassure something or someone that, yeah, you're blocking your own, you're blocking you guys from actually coming together. You blocking your, yeah, dude, Ten of Swords, Eight of Cups, Justice card reversed, Temperance card reversed, Devil card. It's, you're stopping karma from occurring, and karma is not necessarily a bad thing. There's Nova growling in the background. I love her growl. It's so strong. Yeah, you not being able to let this go, or let this trait go, or let this ability go, is what is stopping you and hindering you from being able to not only see it, but allow the higher vibration of it to come together. A cord cutting is a must. An absolute must. So, Any last messages from this, you guys? Yeah, Five of Cups keeps wanting to show up reverse, and then we have Six of Cups reverse, and the Queen of Swords. Here she comes with the sword to actually perform the cord cutting itself. I'll be doing this tonight for you guys, roughly around like 12 a.m. That's, the full moon is technically tomorrow at night, but I'm going to start a cord cutting this afternoon, tonight. Like tonight I will actually be starting the cord cutting. Yeah, just to help things move forward, to lay some of these anxieties to rest, and to help the energies to kind of flow. So if you would like to participate in that and, you know, put your name on that roster, it'll be free. Just some free magical work, you guys. Just sign up for the newsletter if you'd like on Bahati Life. Yep, King of Swords, the Devil card. We're just going to cut this out. We're just going to cut out the devil. We're going to cut out the things that are seriously have been holding you back. Just do a quick cord cutting. Or feel free to do it for yourself. Or with me and all on your own. Any last messages, Spirit, before we close out? For Divine Feminine at the time of the full moon in Aquarius. Oh. Ten of Pentacles. This is not going to just benefit you. This is benefit the generations that came before you. Call on them. I'm also seeing ancestor work, working on your ancestor table, working on your ancestor altar. This really wanted to jump out. Spirit is wanting you to really to be in a position of receiving abundance. They want businesses, career, everything to be solid and stable. They want you to, some of you guys might be giving have been called to give an offering, a financial offering, and you haven't done it yet. Especially when it comes to finances, or even maybe if you're part of a Christian background, you should be like tithing and you haven't been doing that. That's something that's like, bring it to the altar, bring it to the ancestor altar, bring it to the church, or whatever it is that you practice. No one is excluded from my readings, regardless of your background. Yeah, Nine of Wands. It's just you guys have been like holding on to it because you have this mentality of like you have to do it on your own, but you should be incorporating your spiritual team and honoring your spiritual team and your ancestors, not just holding on to this for your own sake, for your own good. Because it ends up, yeah. Two of Wands and the King of Pentacles is here. King of Pentacles keeps showing up. This is Earth sign, Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo. It's just watching. See what I'm saying? It's like watching from afar. Or you're watching King of Pentacles. What is this? Yeah, Five of Cups. They've got to be suffering and anxious. Super suffering and super anxious. Cut the cord within this connection. Again, this is going to be for their highest and greatest good. Or let's say if this is something within you that doesn't know how to spend well. Yeah. Especially masculine energies that are not stable and solid. Cutting the cord is going to free them further so that you can detach from this energy right now that they're embodying. They have Five of Cups, Nine of Swords energy here. This is them. You don't want this to hold you back. And I say that with love and grace and kindness. It's very good for masculine energy or divine masculine. And we're going to have a divine masculine reading second. So let me know in the comments, guys, if you really want to see that and receive that. But do you see how tumultuous these waters are? They're all over the place. Cutting the cord right now and disconnecting from this, or disconnecting from this energy within yourself and cutting the cord from that and you, is going to help put you in a better place in so many different ways. And also, if this is a relationship, because it's clear with the Lovers card that was showing up, if this is a person who's been showing up in the Emperor reverse and the King of Pentacles reverse, if you love it, let it go. You know what I mean? Like, I don't see a total disconnection from you and them, where it's like if you let something go, it'll be gone forever. But the cord cutting is going to help give this space so that healing can occur and you can detach from the toxic side that is coming from this King of Pentacles type of energy right now. Queen of Pentacles, have you noticed the The queens have been showing upright, but the masculines have been a little reversed. The last divine masculine reading that I did, it was divine masculine was clearly dealing with addiction or the devil. It was a lot of devil energy, and divine feminine has been kind of helping that, you know, or soothing it or waiting or whatever. And if this is not actual separate people, this is divine masculine within yourself. So that needs to be healed, and there's something that needs to be uprooted, that needs to be pulled out. So guys, I'm almost kind of telling you to re-listen to this reading. Yeah, Hierophant. We just need better practices here. Better practices, better policy, better foundation, better roots. All of those things need to be written and sealed. Signed, sealed, delivered. Like a petition that then becomes the rules for yourself. Yeah, Ace of Swords. Yeah, for healing. Yep, Three of Pentacles. All right, my loves. So I'm going to go ahead and close this out. Normally, I would do like a spell at the end of this or write a petition for you, but I'm going to be doing that tonight, not right now. My energy is more of a reader right now. And I don't feel like I'm magically strong right now. For whatever reason, I might have to like check my astrology chart, but I always respect my energies. I'm in a good place, but if I was to work magic right now, I can tell that it would be weak. I feel like tonight, after like resting and stuff, I don't know if it's like Astro Chat Live or whatever, but I feel like later on tonight, I'll be really, really strong. And if not tonight, then the full moon's always give me a surge of energy. So that's the only reason why I'm not writing a petition and lighting a candle for this right now, because I don't feel like my spirit is like, yes, you're strong for this. And if I'm going to do a cord cutting, it's got to be strong or it's going to fall apart. So yeah, I'll go ahead and put a link for my newsletter down below for those of you guys that want to put your name in for the cord cutting process. Yeah, if you sign up for the newsletter, then of course, or if you already have the newsletter, then you'll get it in your inbox and you'll be able to get the form to put your name in there. But that's just kind of how I'm doing it right now. That's the easiest way to do it, because it just is. Okay. So I'm sending you guys all of my love. I hope that you were well. I hope that you were good. And just take this time to, reflect on this reading. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.